tippy tappy, tippy tappy.
He said, oh, you talked to me, so I'm going to come over here and stick my head
I
in
want to
the
be
thing.
in the video. I want to be in the video too. Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review.
So today, we are headed back in time again to Carthay Circle at Disneyland.
Again, we wanted to really experience these 4 main table service restaurants at Disneyland that everyone seems to talk about. Like no matter who we talk to going to Disneyland, one of these 4 table service restaurants usually comes up if they want to do some sort of specialty dining. So last week we did Lamplight Lounge, which actually the ambiance theming was spectacular. Drinks were a little hit and miss, but the food was really good too.
Yes.
Today, Carthay Circle inside of Disney California Adventure. This one we actually did on Thanksgiving for our Thanksgiving dinner. Going into Carthay Circle, we didn't really pre-pick any menu items because we did hope that they were gonna have some sort of Thanksgiving dinner, which they didn't. So if we had, we would have looked at this menu, realized that it was a very limited selection, which we knew going in. This is more of an upscale restaurant, and it is definitely something that you want to make probably a special occasion because it is not going to be a cheap meal.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that we should experience it, and then we'll come back and tell you our thoughts after.
Let's do it.
Whenever I walked up to the first podium, she asked if I had a reservation for the lounge or the restaurant. I said, I'm pretty sure the restaurant, so she double checked and it was. So she sent me to a different desk and they checked me in and said that we could come sit out here on the patio at a reserved spot. So I think it's just for like while you're waiting for your meal, I think.
Very much hope so. I don't know that I want to have a fine dining experience on patio furniture that is metal. We started with a couple of beverages. I got the old fashioned per usual. I would like to know there is one giant ice cube in there, which is fantastic.
Yes.
What did you get?
So I got the Carthay Martini. So I got a vodka martini.
It also has a giant ice cube in there.
It does. So I always like my martinis a little dirtier than this, but it's still really good. It's very well done.
We also got the Parker House rolls for the table. It comes with 6 rolls. What is the sauce?
It's a Calabrian chili pine nut romesco butter. It's got some great flavor to it. So I enjoyed it.
Okay, it comes with 6 rolls and Aiden's already had 2. Can I have one of those, please? Oh my gosh, and Jennings already took the other one. Poor Leslie and I. Just smile and pay. That's the motto, right? Just smile and pay. I mean, there's nothing really special about the roll, but it tastes kind of like a red pepper hummus. It's quite good.
These rolls are basically just bread, but the sauce is pretty good. It's like a kind of a spicy vegetable sauce. I don't know.
Very good. Very much enjoy it. The bread is very fluffy.
Our food has arrived. I got the, is this called an extra thick pork chop, something like that?
It is. Yes, that's very large.
That's extra thick pork chop.
I got the raviolis, butternut squash raviolis,
really
and
good,
it has some lamb shank inside of it. I'm pretty excited about these. They look fantastic. That's really good. It's got like lots of different flavors happening. They come together really well. The lamb shank, the mushrooms, everything's really good on there.
Yeah, so the seasoning on the pork chop is phenomenal. The temperature is perfect. This is a really well done pork chop. Like this is solid.
This is great. I haven't had pasta like this in so long, so I was very happy when I got this.
Mine is absolutely delicious. The meat is cooked very well. And the seasoning is perfect. It almost doesn't need the sauce, but the sauce is a very, very nice touch.
All right, this was a fantastic meal. I will say if you are looking for a great place to have a very high-end, like nice meal at
Disneyland, I think this is the place to come.
Yeah, absolutely. This was very, very good. I dare say it was better than Napa Rose, to be honest with you. So
100%.
that's going to do it for tonight. We will wrap this up at home.
All right. Before we get into this,
If you want help planning your next magical vacation to any Disney destination, Universal, all cruise lines, or all-inclusive resorts, please reach out to us at fantasticalvacations.com. We would absolutely love to help. We have an amazing team of advisors that can be there with you every step of the way.
and if you like these videos, you might just love our podcast. It is called Addicted to the Mouse. It is published twice weekly on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights, where we talk about our lives moving our family to Orlando, what we're doing here, and anything from On the Goes in the Parks, which is one that's publishing pretty soon.
Let's
talk cattail.
Yeah, let's talk ambiance and theming. So I didn't know the history of this restaurant until we were being sat, and the gentleman seating us asked if we had been before, and I said no, and he said, oh, and he got kind of excited, and he said, well, we are completely themed after the original Carthay Theatre, and which is where Snow White premiered. It was kind of spectacular.
It was beautiful. There was like black and white pictures of Walt and his family, and we actually ate upstairs. This is our first time here. I'm not familiar enough with the restaurant to know how the seating typically works, but when when you checked us in, we were escorted to a little patio kind of off of the main lobby area. And I was like, this is not really a special place to sit, because it was out in the theme park area. But it turns out that was just waiting for our actual table, and we were escorted.
Kind of lovely.
It was actually really nice, turned out, because it was our own private, like, kind of waiting area. And there were people out there enjoying drinks, so I think it may have been like the bar area too, lounge area.
Yeah, they have an al fresco dining experience that are like, I think, not as expensive meals and bar menu and stuff like that.
So overall, the ambiance was spectacular. We gave it a 4.
Yeah, it was really good. All right, so our service was the next piece, and he did a great job. I mean, everyone from the person that sat us to our server who, took our orders, and to the people that were bringing our food, to the people refilling our water and taking our dishes. Everybody was so great.
Yeah, no, I mean, they were fantastic. I think just the way they had the room set up it could have felt a little bit cramped depending on what table you had. So they had banquettes like around the perimeter of the rooms, but these rooms were set up in such a way where I don't know if you can pre-reserve them or what, but they had like individual party rooms. We did not have one of those. And then they also had big dining areas. So we were often like a satellite dining area. We were on a perimeter kind of banquet area, which was nice in the fact that there was no one directly behind us. That was like a little ramp hallway thing. So we could record and not have anybody in the background, just us talking. But the banquet next to us was facing towards us. So that was a little awkward because we were like, talking to the camera and they were right there. Not that, I mean, I know most people are not like recording dining reviews in these restaurants, but still, just like eating your meal, it's a little bit awkward to have somebody like dining and looking straight at you, I feel like, versus like turned and facing like the same way you're facing, like forwards.
It's kind of like if you get in an elevator and you turn around the wrong way, right? And it makes everybody else uncomfortable because you're like the one that's backwards.
That didn't have anything to do with service. They were fantastic in service.
Yeah, absolutely. So we gave them a 4.5.
Drinks. The drinks are very expensive. They had so we ate at 2 really expensive spots of the 4 meals. The other one was Napa Rose, and we'll get to Napa Rose at a whole different video, but Napa Rose had a very extensive wine menu with, really expensive wine, like $5,000 bottle of wine. The wine list was actually fairly tame at Carthay Circle. I don't know if they have like a separate secretive wine list, but the main wine list wasn't that bad. It didn't make me feel like, holy cow, I can't afford any of this. But we each got 2 drinks. I got 2 old fashions, same thing, very, very tasty, but not cheap, $19 for each old fashioned. So you definitely feel
done,
that.
Right?
It was well done. Yeah, it was well done.
Yeah, and I got the Carthay Martini first, which was very, very good. I kind of like my martinis a little dirtier than what they gave me, but that's neither here nor there.
You could request that.
Right,
I'm sure they would accommodate.
And then I got the Carthay Manhattan, which was also very good. So we gave drinks a 4.
Yeah, food.
Food was really good.
Really good. Again,
So-
not cheap. So you do have to keep that in mind when you're
Yeah.
doing these places, because we like to be honest about the quality and the taste of the food, but also, is it worth, does it hold its value for the cost? And I think that's where we need to come at this. So I got the pork chop, you got the lamb ravioli, both were $48.
Mine was it was a butterscotch ravioli, but it had lamb shank and portobello mushrooms like in the sauce around the side.
I thought mine was absolutely worth $48. It was a huge lamb chop, very well cooked, very well prepared. What did you think about yours?
Mine was, I think, it's funny because it didn't appear large, like a huge dish, but it was very filling and very, very well executed. So I think that because of those two things and like the tenderness of the lamb and just everything, how it all came together, I think it was worth the $48.
The boys, Jennings got a little bowl of pasta, which he seemed to really enjoy.
His exact words were, I haven't had pasta like this since we ate it. Be our guest years ago.
That cheap little pasta out there. Anyway, and then Aiden has expensive palate, I guess. He got the steak, which was $60 some odd, which I guess now they have changed their menu to more of a holiday menu, and it's a prime rib instead.
Yeah.
That I would have liked to try more so than a steak. But the steak was good. I tried it. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was a fairly decent size steak.
Dan's pork chop, for as thick cut of a pork chop as it was the best done pork chop that I've ever experienced in my entire life. Like I thought, oh, there's no way that that's not going to be dry. It was cooked perfectly. It was so good.
It was very well done. It was very well done. The one thing I would say probably wasn't worth it, again, I don't understand the bread service that you have to pay an extraordinary amount for. So
especially when the meals are as expensive as they are, you'd think that, bread isn't that pricey. Just throw it in for free.
$14 we paid for this bread service, which amounted to like 6 kind of Parker House rolls with like a red pepper hummus dip on the side. Not worth $14. I mean, it was fine. It would have been good for a free complement to a $60 some odd steak, which I feel like is okay. So I would say maybe skip the rolls and then just focus on the main entrees here.
Yeah. But overall, we were very impressed with the food. So we gave it a 4.5.
It was real good.
It was delicious.
So what does that give us an overall score of?
So that's an overall score of, 9 and 8 is 17, so a 4.25.
Math is hard.
Especially on camera.
Yes. All right, 17, 4.25, which is fantastic. This is definitely one that I don't know if I'll be back just because of the cost, but I would highly recommend this to anyone going to do a Disneyland vacation where this is like a special occasion type of meal, or maybe it's a one and done trip and you just want to commemorate that somehow with some sort of, Disneyland is really kind of known for its flavor and food and different cuisine and stuff, very different stuff from Disney World, which is fantastic. But if you want a nice table service dining experience, highly recommend this.
Yeah, it was perfect for Thanksgiving. What I would like to do is I think I would like to go back and do the alfresco dining because that little patio area, I love to sit outside and eat. And I think if you got like a little taste of kind of the ambiance along with the service and maybe some less expensive food, I think it would be a really cool experience.
Yeah.
So if you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us out, and then you won't miss the next one.
And we will see you on the next video.